Hello everybody, this is the Young Wolf, and welcome back to home. Now, we just left a factory where I missed something in a locked room. I seem to miss a lot of stuff, and it's not even because it's hard or it's easy to miss. It's because they don't let me go back to get it. Like, there was a hole in the fence earlier that I didn't go through either. Ugh. It's not good game mechanics to not tell me when I'm not going to be able to go back. Oh, the garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food and slick, rot black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? Yes. I cleaned the card off as best as I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed to have found my credit card, and now this. I tucked the card into my wallet next to my credit card. Sounded like it was going to start raining again. Thunder. I entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet except for the faint sound of a television. Why are you randomly going into his house? Dude. The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. It looked like I couldn't just pop it open. I needed a key. There was a bit of blood on the keyhole. Man, how many people have you killed? What was that sound? That's blood. What was this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. I wonder where it led. Did I pull the chain? Not yet. Somehow I was too afraid to see what was up there for myself. Maybe it was for the best. The TV was still flickered some indecipherable channel. Oh no, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my coworker, and one of the few friends I had in this town lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been shot trying to get up. His eyes were still wide with shock. Norman, you deserve better than this. Did I close his eyes? Yes. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace or if I just couldn't stand to think any more about what was going on. I closed Norman's eyes. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. 2! He was murdered. Told you. Kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that much, did I? Yes, you did. I found a hairpin. Pocketed it. Okay. Let's go to the pull chain. Let's go. I thought his corpse would be up there, but apparently not. Apparently his corpse is right there. What was this? It looked like a pull chain. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, pull the chain. A single tug and a simple folding ladder to the attic popped down. There was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Did I open it? Sure. Inside the old cardboard box was a pile of clothes, photos, and even shoes. I looked closer. I realized they were Rachel's. What were you doing here, Rachel? Were you responsible for poor Norman downstairs? No, you were. You prick. Downstairs. Rachel wasn't there. You just hid her stuff there because you killed her too. I guess. Maybe. Probably. Let's go through this door. I was entirely surprised to find this here. It was one of Rachel's old fall coats. I always wondered what happened to it. How long had it been there? Inside the cabinet was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles, shotguns, and even a few items I didn't think were illegal here. One of the slots on the rack was empty. The gun I had found seemed to match the others there. I think it was Norman's. What the hell was he doing with it? The gun would fit there. Did I place it back in the cabinet? Yeah! Carefully pushed the piece back in place and filtered Great Bird and left it. Okay. Norman, what were you doing with all these? Protecting himself from you. There was a little bit of something dark staining the sleeve. 'Cause you killed her! You're a murderer. You killed your buddy and your significant other because you thought she was cheating on you. I used the hairpin to pick the lock, and then it snapped in half after it was done, so you threw it away. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. Norman's dead. Take the money. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. Well, there were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. It had been weeks since I'd last seen Norman, and finding him that way still left me cold. Thinking of him slumped against that chair only cemented my reassurance in getting rid of that gun. It looked like someone had taken that piece from his store, but why was it in those tunnels? I stepped outside. I recalled that dusty old box of clothes in Norman's attic. I felt like I had only discovered more questions, no answers, but I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. Oh dear God. You know what? No, I'm gonna go through all of these doors. It was locked. This wasn't the right gate. The gate was locked tight. This wasn't my house. Is this my house, son? That door only led me back. I had to find my house. What? You lost your house? Did it get up and walk away from you? Probably. It doesn't like you. The gate was locked tight. This wasn't my house. The neighborhood's local post box. The letter was sticking out as if someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? Yeah. The envelope was addressed to Norman. There was no return address, but the handwriting looked familiar. I took a deep breath and tore open the package. Norman, I'm sending this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this in person. What we did, well, it was wrong. My husband isn't an easy man to be with, but he is my husband and your friend. You need some time to sort this out away from you both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him, Norman, so don't you think you can hold that against me, but we'll work it out. I'm not even sure I even want to, but he deserves at least that much. Goodbye. Oh, okay, so Rachel cheated on him, so he killed Rachel, and then he killed Norman, and then he killed some other people because he went crazy psycho bonkers. I had the wrong gate. This one was locked. Dude, that's so jacked up. Why would she cheat on him? There was blood over there. I'd entered her backyard. The ring gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. I'm not as freaked out as I was earlier. When my brothers approached our back door, I was terrified to step inside. Well, deal with it. So I'm not as freaked out, but I'm like on edge. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. See, it's like, how to put it? I'm not scared, but I just know something horrible is going to happen. Flick the light switch, power was off. I remembered having breakfast here on this very table. Was that yesterday or sometime before? If it was sometime before, you must be really hungry, man. Door to the basement was locked. Where did I put the damn key? Dude, why you gotta be so hostile? There was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why didn't Rachel pick this up? Most of the contents were bills. There's a credit card bill right there. Did I open it? Yeah. Ripped the bill open and read it. Something about canceling my credit card due to non-payment? Dude, it's been a while, hasn't it? Front door was locked from inside. I couldn't go out, though. I needed to see if Rachel was here. Dude, you've been away for a long time. Probably drinking. That's why there were all those bottles. You killed that... You killed the guy in the house so that you could have a quiet place to drink. Clearly, that's what happened. I found the last missing piece from my wallet. The old photo of Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Did I keep it anyway? Yes. I placed the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had got part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why had I thrown it away? Because she cheated on you, our television. I purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterwards, but by then it was too late. Three stories. Our hallway mirror had been smashed, its pieces scattered around the floor. Oh, goody blood. Let's go the other way first. Dude, how bad are you going to feel when you realize that you've killed your wife? The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now I looked more closely. It looked like the man in that house had some of the same books I did. Because they were your books. My wife's, Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? Yes. Rachel's suitcase contained clothes, toiletries, and a train ticket. Is this what you were going to do with Norman? Rachel, why? Were you really going to run away with Norman? Was I really such a monster? No, you were She was leaving on her own to get away from both you and Norman. Our sink, which needed to be replaced, one of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it yet. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old claw-footed bathtubs. That's nice, dude. Your wife is so dead. My laptop had been left on and only a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top drawer of my desk. Did I take it? Yeah. Oh man. She's in the basement. Oh god, she's in the basement. Why, man? Why would you kill her? I mean, I get that she cheated on you and all, but dude, I unlocked the basement door. Dude, honestly, just... Dude. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies with a dirty old key. Take it. Took the small key and tried to remember what it unlocked. There were old clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. Looked like there was plaster and an old trowel in here too. I'd put up this divider wall last summer so we could create a separate room in the basement. I hadn't finished yet, so the door was stuck, and the drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break through if I found something heavy enough. Way too much junk. Way too much junk. Looked like there was plaster and an old trowel in here. Couldn't you remember our last Christmas? What do you need to break the plaster? No way I wasn't going to walk away from this now. The table was clean, it hadn't been used any time recently. Am I gonna get stuck again? I had better not get stuck again, I swear. Front door. Go upstairs. Rich was pretty angry about that, I realized. Well, it's not like you knew that you were going to lose your job, but you probably could have returned it. Looked like the room had been tossed around, furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? Oh, I hadn't been in here yet. Old crowbar on the floor. Take the crowbar. I looked at the heavy crowbar. I appreciated its weight. That's cool, man. There's blood there. You beat your wife to death with a crowbar. And, oh god. I'm gonna stop the game right here. I don't know if I'm right, and I really hope I'm not. But if I am, that does it for this episode. I'll see all of you in the next part. Later.